Hey, what's up, fellas? How you doing? Man, Antonelli here.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How we doing? Matt Antonelli here. So yesterday, the USA Today had an article talking about how Major League Baseball is currently talking about plans that will get baseball started in late June. Games will be played at teams' actual home stadiums, and there's going to be a new alignment with the league. So we're going to get into all the details right now. So, according to three executives that have knowledge of these talks going on within Major League Baseball, Major League Baseball officials have become cautiously optimistic that they will have a season that starts in late June, and at the latest, July 2nd, there will be 100 games played. And again, not only will games be played, but they'll be played at their own major league stadiums without fans, okay? So there will not be fans. They will be played without fans, but they will be played in their own stadium. So previous talks have been about playing in spring training complexes in Florida and in Arizona. So this is a much different plan that is currently being discussed. So MLB is also discussing 3 new divisions that would have 10 teams in each division, and this would be based off of geography. So there would be no more American League and National League, and there wouldn't be any normal divisions like we're used to right now. So here's a look at the possible realignment. There would be the East, the Central, and the West, okay? So in the East, you'd have the New York Yankees, the New York Mets, the Boston Red Sox, the Washington Nationals, the Baltimore Orioles, the Philadelphia Phillies, the Pittsburgh Pirates, the Toronto Blue Jays, the Tampa Bay Rays, and the Miami Marlins. In the Central, you'd have the Chicago Cubs, the Chicago White Sox, the Milwaukee Brewers, St. Louis Cardinals, Kansas City Royals, Cincinnati Reds, Cleveland Indians, Minnesota Twins, Atlanta Braves, and Detroit Tigers. And in the West, you'd have the LA Dodgers, the LA Angels, the San Francisco Giants, Oakland Athletics, San Diego Padres, Arizona Diamondbacks, Colorado Rockies, Texas Rangers, Houston Astros, and Seattle Mariners. Now, the article says that the plan, pending approval of medical experts and providing that COVID-19 testing is available to the public, would eliminate the need for players to be in isolation and allow them to still play at their home ballparks while severely reducing travel. Now, we heard from a lot of players, especially big-name players. Mike Trout, Clayton Kershaw were both outspoken about this. When news broke a few weeks ago that there was a possibility of playing at spring training complexes in Florida and Arizona, and players would have to be quarantined and they may not be able to be with their families, a lot of players came out and said, I ain't doing that, right? I have small kids, I have kids, my wife's pregnant, we have a baby on the way, and I'm not about to be away from my family. So being able to play in their home ballparks means that players would be able to be with their families. So I think this would make players obviously a lot more comfortable and a lot more willing to get back and play. Now, officials did caution that new ideas are being floated and talked about each week, but one official said, quote, "It's all coming together. I'm very optimistic." Now, another potential hurdle is, what are the players going to be paid if there's no fans in the stands, which there aren't going to be fans in the stands, right? So revenues are going to be down for the clubs. And so what are the players going to get paid? 3 owners told the USA Today that they would refuse to play unless the players were willing to take a pay cut, since no fans would be in attendance. Now, even with that being said, there is optimism among executives that say that they could settle their differences in negotiations on a sliding scale depending on the loss of revenue from gate receipts, parking, and concessions. And teams would also have to revise their revenue sharing plan. Now, here's another quote from the article. It said, "The most encouraging signs," the official said, "is that testing is becoming more available, more states are reopening, and more politicians such as New York Governor Andrew Cuomo and Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot saying teams could play in their own ballparks this summer." Now, obviously, a lot of things could still change, but this is encouraging, and again, it will depend on kind of what happens here over the next couple of weeks with the virus. Now, if we do move forward with this plan, players would report back to spring training, to their spring training sites in Arizona or Florida. It sounds like they would be given a week or so to get there, and then they would train for approximately 3 weeks. It says 18 to 21 days to prepare for the season, let the pitchers get back into shape, ready to go, and then the season would start at some point in late June. So that is the current plan. Again, these are changing very quickly, but this was just out in an article. I wanted to shoot this over to you guys. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know if you like this more than the previous plan where they talked about playing in Arizona and in Florida. I'm sure many people would rather watch games at their home ballparks. Again, as long as players and their families and everyone else around the game is safe. So that's all we have. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. Comment in the section below. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Thank you to our patrons on Patreon who help support our channel. I'm going to put the link up here in a second. And if you're interested in MLB The Show, interested in video games, go check out our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Antonelli Baseball. I'm streaming a bunch of MLB The Show 20 games. Maybe I'll play against you. I'm not very good, but it does let me play and watch some baseball, which I desperately need. So go check that out. That's all we have. We'll talk to you later.